and welcome to our Freestyle Fitness Yoga week 2. Make sure that you feel, if anything feels too much for you, that you stop. We're going to take it nice and slow. We're not going to go too fast for the next couple of weeks. We're just going to break it down. So we're going to start, if you can either sit down if you want or standing up. We're going to use the arms. So as we're breathing in, we can lift the arms up and down and think about opening the rib cage, stretching up when you get to here and feeling you emptying out through the lungs as you're bringing your arms down so that everything is pushing out. I seem like I'm on a bit of a slow lapse, so I apologise for that. I'm going to start some music. So we're making sure that we're in the right position, we've got our feet right, we're breathing in. And even though you're doing the movement with the arms, still thinking about how the body feels. If you're standing, majority of the time we're lying down or sitting down when we're doing this, but for this one, we're standing. So we're noticing anything different. And then we're keeping our arms down. I'm just going to bring it round. Now you may have noticed that I moved slightly in different positions. And that's just me thinking, oh, actually, let me just stretch out this part of my chest and this part of my rib cage. It may be that you don't want to move, you don't have to. But if you feel you want to as you're breathing, give yourself a little movement, so that you're opening and trying to get the air right into them pockets that are slightly just a bit squashed. You don't have to, but if you feel you want to, then move with it. Feel that you can flow. So we're going to take it into our diagonal stretches. We're bringing our hand to the base of our skull, stretching our fingers out, so it's kind of loosely around that area there. Keeping our arms back 4 times. Breathe in to look up. Breathe out to look down. Here we go. bringing it back to centre. So we're looking when we're changing side for any differences, anything that needs a concern. So breathing in, up, breathe out, down. 4 times. And bringing it back. So we're going to turn our foot out and we're going to take it down into a diagonal roll. We're again doing 4. We're breathing out on the way down. You can bend your knees if you need to. You can keep them straight. And when you're down there, if you want, you can always bring them backwards and forwards. It's up to you. And then we're breathing on the way back up. If you run out of breath on the way down, stop, breathe in, and carry on moving on a breath out. Don't breathe in while going down. And the same when you're coming back up. Either breathe in really quickly to bring yourself up or stop and breathe in. So we're turning the foot out, we're turning our body round. We're tucking our chin, pulling our shoulders in, pushing through our belly, breathing out to take it down. The head always comes up last. So we're going to do 3 more of these. And then we're going to turn and do 4 on the other side. Again, looking and feeling for them differences. Counting so bad, I think there's one more. Bringing it back to centre. So we're going to do the same thing going backwards. Now you can have your hand resting on the back of your leg or you can reach it down to the floor. But remember, when you're letting go, your body will start to tilt back a bit more, so it's completely up to you. We're turning the foot out, we're bringing our hand, I'm going to use my hand on the back of my bum, and I'm going to place the hand on my head. And I'm looking into the crook of my arm. We're not letting the head go back, we're keeping the chin tucked in and using the elbow to move. We're going to do the same thing. We breathe in on the way back, we breathe out on the way forward. You may find you won't do it as long as going forward because you'll find that you can't breathe here or into the back. So you may find breathing into the side of your lungs is a much better way of doing it. So, tucking the chin in, look into the elbow, We're pushing the hips forward, we're breathing in, and then we're breathing out. 3 more. So we're lifting the foot and bringing it in, and we're going to change direction. So hand on the bum, chin tucked in, look into the elbow, breathing in. Bringing it down. Lovely. So we're taking our feet slightly wider, and we're taking it into a caterpillar. So turning the feet out, we're tilting the pelvis back, bringing the shoulders back, taking them down. Letting the head drop, breathing out to come up, but as you get to the top, while the head's tucked, the hips go back, the shoulders go back, the head lifts up, we're coming down. We're doing 8 of these. Trying to let the spine just go. Feel the stretch through your shoulders as you're coming up as well. The stretch for the chest as you're going down. The lower back being stretched. The stomach being stretched. The bum being stretched. The knees starting to move. The ankles starting to move. And our last one. Bringing it back up. So we're moving the hips, but we're moving a figure of 8 with the hips. So we're not going around in our normal circle. We're trying to circle one hip, circle the other. Circle one hip, circle the other. I was going very slow then, it was just being slow down. So now we're going to try and go in the opposite direction. And this is a little harder because our brain needs to kind of work so that it's taking it around in the opposite direction. Again, it's just about loosening them hips. And if you find it too much, then you can just go into the circle. Instead of trying to circle, so I almost went to go back in the same way. I did go back in the same way. And I know that I'm going the wrong way because I feel it as I'm doing it. I feel it pulling on this muscle just across here. Because I'm so used to going that way, that when I go that way, it works. These muscles are shortened at this point from my back. So it's just about working the muscles, working them in a different direction. So bringing it in. Now again, if you need to with this, you can hold a wall. We're going to do a similar thing with our hips. So again, if you want to go round in a circle and keep it to the one that you know, you're fine. Otherwise, you're doing a figure of 8 with the knees. So they're going in and out. And again, we're just working that hip slightly different. And with this, you might find that you'll feel it pulling through the stomach muscles, kind of underneath the ribs in these positions. And that's the psoas muscle that comes underway and holds onto that last rib. It's being kind of pulled and stretched. And I think that's about 10. Let's do the other side. So again, a figure of 8. Last one. And bring it down. So we take it further on down. We're going to take it down into our feet. I'm going to change the camera. So we're taking it down into a mime strut. So you're coming up onto your tiptoes and pushing the foot forward and just backwards and forwards. Backwards and forwards. And then we're going to bring it up and we're just going to take it round in a bit of a circle. And then around the other way. And then the other side. And to the other way. And again, you'll feel this movement through the knees all the way up to the hips. And then give your feet a little shake. So we take it into standing side. We're doing squat. Sorry. We're taking it into our squat pose. So if you need to, you can use the wall as well. So you can always stand against the wall for this one. You're taking your hands out and you're making a fierce pose and you're trying to keep your back nice and straight so you don't want your bum to go out. You're coming up, taking the hands out, going down so that you're coming up onto your tiptoes, but leaning back, not going forward, and pushing back up. So we're going down and back up. You can go back down to your heels. That's 4. We're doing 4 more. And last one. So you're going to fall over. Bringing it down. So we're going to stand on our right foot and lift our right arm up. We're flexing our left foot, pushing our heel away. Now remember the leg that we're standing on, we're tightening that muscle up, but we're keeping that knee bent. The opposite leg, we can lock it. We're going to move forward. Now if you need to, you can always take them hands and have them down here, or you can have them on your hips, you can have them in line with your shoulders, or have it above your head. So we're bringing it back down. We're going to change sides, so we're lifting the arm up, moving the weight across, flexing, and moving forward. We're going to bring it back up. We're going to change sides. Again, move the weight onto the right, lift the right arm up, but this time you're rotating to the side. So you're bringing your leg out to the side, flexing the foot, bringing it back, changing hands, move the weight over, reach out to the side. Bring it back in, take the hands down. So we're going to take it into a chair. So you're going to tilt the pelvis back, sit back, keeping that back nice and straight. You can have the hands here, pulling the shoulders back. Keep the chin tucked in, so you don't want it lifting up, but you also don't want it going down. And again, if you want, you can lift the arms up, and you imagine someone's pulling your bum in one direction and pulling your hands in the other. So it's quite a low squat, keeping the heels flat down. So we're going to push up and bring the arms down. So we're going to move across, do that all sequence again, over onto our right foot, lift our right arm, lean forward. Bring it back up. Move the weight over as you're changing the arms and bringing one up, one down. When you've moved the weight over, move forward. Bringing the hand down. Move the weight over. Bring the hand up. Take it out to the side. Bring the foot down, changing the arms, moving the weight, moving out to the side. Bring it back. You're going to tilt the pelvis back, sit down, reach the arms up, push back. And then bring it back up, take the hands down, give the legs a little shake. So that's our kind of our warm-up, our alternative to a sunset. We're going to take it into our flow. So we're breaking it down one thing at a time so that we can get used to it. We're taking our feet wider than our hips. Now this is incorporated, we're going to just change it up a little bit to work it. You're going to take it into a forward bend, so you're going to reach forward with the arms and kind of just stretch out and bounce. Pushing back, feeling that stretch through the thighs. If it hurts your arms too much, you can always take the arms out, chucking the chin in, and letting the body bounce, stretching the backs of those legs. And then we're going to bend the knees and lift ourselves back up. So we're going to do that one more time. Having the arms out this time, reaching forward. The knees are not locked, but we're kind of breathing out and pushing our chest to the floor. Bend the knees, lift the body up. You can stretch back a little if that feels nice. Bring it back up. So we're bringing it into our tree pose. Now, again, you can lean yourself against the wall, you can bend your knees, you can hold on to your foot. It doesn't matter what you do as long as it feels comfortable for you. If you've got double mats, I suggest you come onto one because otherwise it makes it quite bouncy. Choose your foot, stretch the toes out, make sure everything feels okay, the knees relaxed. When you're ready, turn the foot out, bring it to anywhere it wants to go. So I'm staying here, and we're going to do it twice. Bringing your hands either into prayer by the chest or lift them above your head, wherever you want to be. Hold it here. Let's bring it back. Taking it down. Take the arms down. Move the weight across. Tighten up the standing leg. Take it up wherever you want to go. Lovely. And again, taking it down. So we're going to do it one more time. Moving the weight. Stomach muscles pulled in, pelvic floor pulled in. Taking it to wherever you want to go, whatever your leg wants to do today. Let's change. Bringing it down. Give the legs a little shake. So we're taking it to warrior two. So we're taking our feet nice and wide. We're turning our foot out, but we're making sure the other hip stays pulling back. The feet, I mean, if you really want to be technical, the instep of one foot should be the same width, but you don't have to be that technical. What you do have to be more technical with is where this knee is. So you don't want the knee coming here. You want the knee to be in the same line as the foot, not pulling out to the side in any way, so that it's in the same line. You also want it to be so that it's either the knee, the ankle bone is straight or slightly behind. What you don't want is it over so that it's coming past the foot, so you're putting extra pressure on that knee. So you're pulling apart, you're opening them hips, you're pushing down. Now the hands can be here. You also want that hips to be pointing down. You don't want them sticking backwards and leaning back. You want to make sure the hips are tilted under, so that you're using that stomach muscle, then pelvic floor, to keep it pulled under, but you're breathing now into the chest. Lifting the arms up. Imagine someone's pulling you slightly backwards. Oh, wrong camera. So having the arms in line with your shoulders, thumbs up. Imagine someone's grabbed your backhand and they're kind of pulling you backwards. So you're looking forward, you're looking at that front thumb, lifting that chin up a little bit, but you're pushing into that front knee and stretching the arms apart, pushing the knee at the back, backwards, but not locking it. So we're going to drop the arms, straighten the knee, lift the toe, bring it back to centre. So we'll turn the other toe out on the other side. We're pushing back, we're bending into that knee, we're checking that the legs are okay first, the knee's okay. We're then bringing the arms up. Imagine being pulled back, look into the thumb, and pushing slightly. Pulling back and pushing, stretching the body in two different directions, pushing the back knee backwards. And then bringing it back down. One more time. Turning the knee, pushing forward, pushing down with that back, outside edge of the back foot, reaching back, lifting up, feeling strong in Warrior Two. And again, we're dropping the arms, pushing the knee, bringing the foot round. Turning to the other side. Pushing forward, pulling back with the body, keeping the pelvis tilted to make sure that we're using them stomach muscles. Lifting the chin up, but pulling it back at the same time. Stretching the arms out, stretching that back leg back. And then dropping the arms, taking it down. Give your shoulders a little shake if you need to. We're going into half. So, from this position, we're going to again turn the foot out, so we're turning it that way. We're stepping up onto it, taking our arms, again, either on our hips or in line with our shoulders, and then we're flexing the foot to the side, as if we're coming down into half moon. You can have a block under your arm, you can just stay, you keep your foot off the floor. It doesn't have to be anywhere in particular. But we don't want to roll forward. We want to keep pushing the hip backwards to keep everything straight. Oops. Without pushing yourself over. So let's bring ourselves back up and we'll try the other side. So we turn the foot out. We're stepping up, taking the arms in line. Flex the foot, and you can just stay there if you want. You don't have to go very far. But like I said, you don't want that hip to roll in. You want to keep everything in line. Like I said, you can either put a block on the floor, you could hold the wall, hold your chair, anything you want. This is working the side muscles and your side waist. We're going to come back up again. Bring it down. Let's try one more. So turning out, stepping. I went too far that time. Just holding it. Make sure that that knee's not locked, but it is working. These muscles are working. The pelvic floor, the abdominals are pulling in. Bending the knee, step back. Drop the arm. Turn, step, hold it. stepping back. Lovely. So if we turn our toes out, so they're facing away from us, we're going to bend down into goddess pose. Now again, we don't want to go down and stick our bum out. We want to tilt our pelvis under and keep everything straight. We don't want our knees to drop in. We want them to be pushing out. And if you need to, you can hold it there. Pull the shoulders back. You can have the hands here, or you can take them into as if they're holding 2 pots on your hand, and you're just bringing them up. So they're in line with your shoulders, but the fingers pointing out. I'll just lift that up a little. So you're kind of here as if you're holding 2 pots on your hand. You're pulling your shoulders back towards each other. You're keeping that pelvis tilted under. You're taking yourself down. You're pulling them back. Now remember, if this is hurting your arms, you can always go here, and if your knees are dropping in, you can push with the arms, which will help to again pull them shoulder blades back. So we're going to come back up. You can give yourself a little shake. We're going to do that one more time. So turning the toes out. So I'm going to keep my hands on my hips. I'm going to use my shoulders back. Tilting my pelvis under, take it down. Shoulders back, chin tucked in. Move side to side if you want, if that makes it feel nice. And then push up. Give your legs a hug. Give your legs a little shake. Bring it in. Step it out. So that's our flow deconstructed. So where am I going to now? So we're going to get ready for monkey, to finish off with monkey, or split, however you want to call it. We're going to take it down into a ragdoll. So when we go down, I want you just to do what you want to do. You're staying down there for about 5 breaths. You can stay in one position and not move. But if you feel you can, you're just letting your body weave as if you're a ragdoll and you're being blown by the wind. So let your body move. You may want to twist, but come up out of it slowly, because you're upside down, the blood's going to rush to your head. So I'm going to drop the thing again, because otherwise I'm the opposite way round. It doesn't matter how you get down to the floor, so you can roll down or lift your hands up. I'm going to roll down. So I'm tucking my chin in, pulling my shoulders in, and I'm just rolling down. You can let the knees bend, let the head relax. You can go yes with your head, you could go no with your head, just to loosen off the muscles in the neck. Like I said, you can just let the body just go round. Just straighten and bend the knees. And all this is doing is trying to release the muscles at the back of the leg, the lower back, the bum. So we're going to bend the knees, tuck the chin and roll back up. Nice and slowly. When we get to the top, we're just having a think, how does that feel? Do I feel okay? Hope I'm not too dizzy. We're going to take our legs slightly apart, so just a little bit wider than our hips, but not too far. So this time, before you go down, have a watch, otherwise you're upside down trying to watch. So we're down here, you're going to swap hands. So the right hand goes to the left leg, the left hand to the right leg. And you're just trying to twist and pull yourself to have a look underneath. And you can always swap. And whichever hand's on top, you're kind of twisting that direction. Again, when you're ready, you're pulling and rolling back out. And we're going to do a couple moving in and moving out. So you're going to do sort of 3 twists on each side. And you're just working with the breath. As you breathe out, twist. As you breathe in, release. Breathe out, twist and release. Okay, so work with that breath. Here we go. So we're rolling down or going down. Doesn't matter how you get down. You're going one hand on opposite leg, and as you breathe out, you're twisting. As you're breathing in, you're just swapping the hands, twisting to the other side. And it's a lovely stretch for that lower back. If you've been sitting or even standing all day, everything kind of collapses into this lower back, and this is just pulling and relaxing it out. And then bending the knees and rolling up. Now, if you like those, you could always stay a little bit longer and stay in them positions a bit longer. So we're taking it into an inverted V. Now, with the block, if you bring your block in and you place one foot, so it's sort of just the toes on the block. So similar to what we normally do in inverted V, you can have your hands here, you can have your hands in prayer, you can have them above your head, it doesn't matter where they are. You're placing, so hands, legs again slightly wide, you're turning your foot out and placing it on this thing so that your heel's pressing down. From here, you're reaching, so again, it can be here, it can be here. You're reaching your chin down towards your knee. Now you're going to see from this position, if you can lift up onto your tiptoe with that front leg. And you'll feel it into the hip. Push it down towards the floor, push your chin down, lift it up onto a tiptoe. Feel that muscle working in the back. Let's do one more. Pushing the toe down, pushing the body down. Let's try and lift the toe, but keeping the body where it is. So from here, bend that front knee, lift the body up and out. Take the toe off, bring the body back to centre. So we'll try the other side. So bringing it round, we're turning, taking our hands behind into wherever we want, taking it down so that the chin is coming down towards the knee. Feeling that stretch at the back of the neck. When you're ready, you're going to lift that heel as if you're coming up onto a tiptoe, and then dropping the heel. See if your body drops down a little further. We're taking it up again. And dropping it down. Let's do one more. Lifting. And dropping. Bend the front knee. Lift the body all the way up. Take the foot off, take the arms off, give your legs a little stretch. Let's take ourselves down to the floor, so into a forward bend, step back, push back to down dog, come down to the knees, push forward, lift into a cobra, and push back to child. we're going to stretch the front of our thighs. We're taking it through backwards and forwards through splits and tiger. So we're bringing our foot forward, we're taking our hands to the inside of our knees, and we're letting our hip drop down. Now you can just push or you can move it in a circle. Anything you want to do. Let that knee go out to the side. You could push it out to the side and have a twist and look round the back. You're just moving them hips, doing whatever feels quite nice. So again, pushing that knee out to the side. Just letting the hip drop. Again, if you want, you could bring the hip down to the side as well. So as you're turning, try and twist a little bit further down. And then bringing it back. Let's try the other side. So we're bringing it up. There's no kind of clear or anything, you just want to move. You want to think about how it feels, and if you find something as you're doing it and moving and you think, oh, that's nice, that's really nice, stay there. So like as you're going around and just giving them hips, using your hand to give a little push at first. But then you may find that it wants to just do it on its own and push out. You may find that you can twist a little, as if you're bringing the other hip around to the floor. It might feel nice on one side, it might not feel so good on the other side. It's about listening to your body and doing what you think, oh, yeah. See, on this side, it doesn't feel that great, but the other side, this felt lush. So then we're bringing it back. We're going to take it to our half splits. So we're bringing that foot forward and we're wiggling it forward. We're not moving this back one, we're just moving that foot side to side. Again, we might want to move with it. And moving the hips. You could move the foot. You might want to do a circle with the foot. It's all about just seeing what wants to happen. Just letting it do its own thing. Not forcing it, not pushing it, not expecting anything more than just what's happening at this moment. And then we're bringing it back. So let's try with the other side. So taking it out, just anything. Noticing any difference from this side to the other side. Not just in the hips, but everywhere, in the shoulders. And then we're bringing it back. So we're just going to do a slightly different, so that we're going to work a bit. And this is where our blocks come in. Just move that out a bit. Now, we need the 2 blocks. You're going to bring your foot forward. So you're going to start with the knee. Have one block and place your knee on the block, put your toe still up. Then you're bringing the other foot forward. You're bringing that block under and placing it anywhere that it sits on your leg, and it sits nice so that you can have that leg out. Then with this, hands on the floor, or if you wanted, you could see if you can lift up. I'm saying with my hands on the floor. You're going to push into that back knee and lift the knee off the block. You can then just bring it down. So you're lifting the knee off, noticing the effect it has on that front leg. And then we're going to scoop it back and change legs. So we're bringing the knee onto that block, and that way we don't go down too far. Bringing that underneath, anywhere it can sit on the leg. And we're just lifting that back knee off, working that muscles in the back leg. And again, pulling them back. Taking it down. Now see if it's actually easier to get into the splits now. Has that got easier the second time round? And we're going to change sides. And bring it back. From here, sit back into child. Let the head come down or rest it on a block if it doesn't go all the way down. So we're going to take it from here into a, coming back up onto our knees, take it into a thread the needle, reaching forward, letting the head drop. Again, if the head doesn't go to the floor, place the head on a block, but make sure the head is relaxing. The top arm, you can leave it on the floor, or you can take it over your back so that you're looking towards the ceiling and going into more of a twist. So let's bring the arm that's over our back out so that it can help push us up. We're going to turn the opposite direction. The hand goes under, the head goes down, the hand comes over. If you can grab hold of your leg, perfect. If not, then just let it dangle. Bring that hand out. Bring yourself up, push back into child. Stretch them arms so that you're pushing with your hands, pushing your bum down towards your heels. Let the head relax down. This time it doesn't matter if it doesn't touch the floor, it can just dangle. So we're going to bring ourselves back up to stand for our relaxation. I know, weird. We don't normally do a standing relaxation, but we're going to. So, we're going to do a hummingbird, but this is more it's called a tuning your body. So it's a hummingbird, but we're going to start low and keep the humming side. But then if you want to, I want you to sort of feel the hum. You can get loud if you want, you can stay silent, it's up to you. But I want you to start to feel the vibration through the body, starting in your belly, but then letting it rise. Like I said, if it wants to rise out of you, it can, but feel it vibrating through every part of the body. Plus again, because we're doing this in a different direction, normally we're either lying down or sitting down, but we're standing, we're keeping that energy going. We want to bring a little bit of that energy back into our body. So, having ourselves standing as straight as possible, pulling the pelvic floor, but let the abdominals be relaxed. Let everything else try to be relaxed, but you'll need to engage your legs, you'll have to engage your pelvic floor, and you'll have to engage your lower back muscles, otherwise you drop. So there's a couple of muscles that are engaged that we don't normally engage on the relaxation, but everything else you want to try and keep as loose as possible. So we're breathing in, and we're doing the hum.